This is a story about a kitten no one wanted to touch. A kitten who came into the world fighting for every breath, every meal, every single moment of her tiny life. This is the story of Martha. Martha's journey began alone. She was the single kitten born to a rescued Persian mom, and from the very start, the odds were stacked against her. She was so weak, so fragile, she couldn't even nurse. Her little body was a battlefield, fighting invisible wars that left her frail and struggling. Keeping her alive was a monumental task, a constant tightrope walk between hope and heartbreak. Feeding her wasn't as simple as offering a bottle. It was a painstaking process, a delicate balance. Severe digestive issues made every day completely unpredictable. One day, there would be a glimmer of progress, a tiny flicker of hope that she might just make it. The next, she'd be back on the brink, and the fear would be suffocating. People who saw her worried she wouldn't survive the week, let alone grow into a healthy cat. In the hushed whispers of concern, she earned a nickname, one born from the constant mess her illness created, not from the incredible miracle she was trying so hard to become. They called her the Stinky Kitten. But where many saw a problem, one person saw a promise. One human refused to turn away. They saw past the mess, past the sickness, and looked right into the heart of a tiny fighter who just needed a chance. Instead of walking away, they leaned in closer. Day after day, Martha was fed, drop by precious drop, from a tiny syringe. Every few hours, around the clock, her foster mom would gently coax the life-sustaining formula into her mouth. Night after night, she was cleaned with warm cloths, comforted through her pain, and held close to a beating heart. This was their routine, even when it was utterly exhausting, even when it was messy and smelled bad, even when it felt like they were fighting a losing battle. There was no giving up on Martha. The days blurred into a cycle of vet visits and sleepless nights. There were moments of sheer despair, moments when giving up would have been the easiest, most logical thing to do. The emotional and financial toll was immense. But then, they'd look at Martha, this tiny speck of fur with a will to live that defied her size, and they'd find the strength to keep going. Then came the surgeries. These weren't minor procedures. They were life-saving interventions, huge risks for a body so small and compromised. Each surgery was a terrifying gamble. It tested Martha's resilience to its absolute limit, and it tested her human's hope in ways they never imagined. With every procedure, there was a wave of fear, a deep-seated worrying that this might be the time she wouldn't wake up. But with that fear came an equally powerful surge of faith in the veterinary team, faith in Martha's strength, and faith that all this pain and struggle was leading somewhere beautiful. And it was. Each successful surgery, each recovery, brought her one step closer to a future that, at the start, she was never promised. And then, slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, a transformation began. It was like watching a flower bloom in slow motion. The constant struggle began to ease. Martha started to gain weight. She grew stronger. The dullness in her eyes was replaced by a bright, curious spark. Her tiny, weak meow developed into a strong, demanding voice. She was finding her footing, not just physically, but in her personality too. Today, if you met Martha, you would never guess the fragile, sick kitten she once was. The kitten everyone worried about, the one they nicknamed behind her back, is gone. In her place is a bold, sassy, and incredibly opinionated cat who is completely unafraid to tell you exactly what she wants, when she wants it. She's no longer fighting for her life, she's living it to the absolute fullest. She runs through her forever home with a confidence she earned. She plays with an energy that was once unimaginable. She demands attention, cuddles, and chin scratches with the authority of a queen. She is thriving, surrounded by a family who loves her not despite her difficult start, but because of everything she overcame to be with them. Martha's story is a powerful reminder that our imperfections, our scars, are not things to be hidden. They are proof of our resilience, testaments to the battles we've won. Her journey shows us that sometimes, the ones who require the most care, the ones who push us to our limits, are the ones who end up loving the hardest and teaching us the most. Martha is living, breathing, purring proof of that. She is a miracle, not because she was born perfect, but because she fought to become perfectly herself. Thank you so much for watching Martha's incredible journey. If her story touched your heart, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to see more inspiring stories just like this one. We'll see you in the next video.